But we're going to take a look at your punting video from camp. I'm going to let it run through a couple times. The first time will be normal speed. The second time will be slow motion. And then I want to break it down, analyze, and make some comments and some suggestions to help you improve. So here we go. Okay, Beau, come right back here to the very beginning in your stance now. What we want you to do here is we want to see you more with your feet. You got it staggered a little too much. You got your right foot it's behind your other foot. Try to stagger them. You want your left foot slightly ahead, but if you look down at your feet, you want basically your toe of your right foot in the center of your left foot. Your kicking foot, the toe of your kicking foot's in the center of your plant foot side by side, okay? So the toe's right there. So have it stagger. You could have the toe of the right foot slightly back toward the heel, but you don't want to have it past the foot. And in this case, it looks like looking down at your feet, you probably got your right foot back here. You want to get it more up in here, okay? So get up there a little bit. You want your feet about just underneath your armpits. So you look a little narrow right here. You look just a little narrow, especially one on your left foot. So you got your feet a little too close together. You just got to be athletic position. You don't want them real wide. Just want them, more, just maybe just off the inside of the armpits right there. And then you want that stagger we're talking about. You want your arms relaxed. You got your arms. See, you got your arms right here tense. If you're catching the ball in the yard or something, throwing, you're passing somebody, you're not going to stand there with your arms up. Just stand. You just want to stand there. You want those arms relaxed down to the side, and you don't want those shoulders to get all tense. So you just want to relax those arms, and then the moment the ball comes, that's when you'll raise your arms to catch. So get your arms down, relax them to the side. And sometimes your coaches may ask you to put them out there, and the reason you don't want to is, number one, there's two reasons basically coaches ask you to do that. They'll tell you to give a target for the snapper, and they'll also tell you to move, flash your hands or put your hands out to show everybody you're ready. Well, here's the way we coach punters and snappers. The snapper is coached to punt the ball, to snap the ball to the hip thigh area. The snapper is coached to snap the ball right there. You're a right-footed punter, so he'll snap it to your right hip. Okay? So he doesn't need your target. Your target's just out, it's just in the way. Plus, we tell the punters, the moment the snapper puts his hands on the football, you're ready. He doesn't need to see your hands up to tell you you're ready. You're ready the moment he puts his hands on the football. That's just the rule of thumb there. So the punter, as soon as he sees the snapper's hands on the football, he's ready. And the snapper knows to snap that ball to the hip thigh right there on the punting leg. Okay? So relax those arms, allows you to relax your arms. And watch NFL. You're not going to see NFL guys. You might have some quirky one every once in a while, somebody doing something, but it's rare to ever see a really talented punter in college or pro football, have their arms out. They just don't do it. Okay? So work on that. Right here, when the ball is snapped. Now, from the side, it's hard to say. It looks like you got a little lean because you got it back on that toe, on your toe right here. Again, get those feet from the side. I want to see your body more like this. You look like you got a little bit of lean, but have slight body lean, slight flexion with some slight body lean and a slight flexion in your legs. Remember this: you're not going to stand with your legs locked out like this leg. You don't want it locked out. You got to remember, you're going to be moving. In order to move, your body's going to have some flexibility. It's going to have some flexion in your legs. Your legs, if they're locked out, then they're going to have to come to a flexion position so you can make your movement. So keep them a little slightly, just a slight flex in it there where They're not completely locked out, so you can move. So get that position. Facing the ball there, once the ball comes, you're going to lean. As that ball comes, the more higher level you get, or you get in games, when that ball comes, your body's going to kind of gradually lean to catch that football. You're going to lean to meet the football. So you're leaning, see how you're leaning? But we want to see your whole body lean. You're just kind of leaning down at the waist. You're just kind of leaning down the upper waist to catch the ball. So you haven't even moved. Your college and pro punters, once that ball comes, they're leaning to catch it, and then they start the movement as they're catching the football. So you'll learn to do that when you start getting timed. Keep that ball and keep it in your hands. You do a pretty good job there. Keep your hands on the ball. Try not to see how you're getting a little separation with your hand on the ball. Try to keep your hand right on the ball the whole time. Once you catch that ball, let your right hand treat it like you're like molding clay. Your right hand can spin that ball with your left hand supporting it. I'm speaking as a right-footed punter. So you get the ball, you want to catch it, get it in handshake position. You look like you're doing a pretty good job there on that. What I'm looking for here, we talked to you on the field about it. Handshake position, you want to have that thumb right here is going to be right there, and then your index finger's right there, and then the lace is right there, and there's the web area of your hand right there. That's the little webbing area right there, and that lace is going to aim outside your shoulder. So you're doing a pretty good job there. It's just you got your upper body leaning over too far. You're leaning over and you got the ball down. So from the side, you look like, to me, seeing body position here, you look like your upper arm's like this, and your arms are holding the ball down like that. And what I want to see from the side is your upper arm extended out, and your lower arm, instead of here, I want it right here like you're shaking hands with somebody. Get the ball get the ball higher and out away from your body. And here you want to get it you want the ball about this level right here, about right below your rib cage. Okay, so you got the ball too low here. We talked about that on the field. Your body's over top. That's why, see, you're taking it even lower right here. You're taking it even lower. You got the ball over your leg. That's a good thing right here. You do want to keep the ball in this position here, right? You want to keep the ball right over the foot, the leg right there. So you look like you're doing pretty good position here, other than you're leaning over. Now you're going outside your leg a little bit. And when you take the ball, see how your ball right here, you've got the ball right now. You had it right here. It's lined with the leg right there. Now right there is pretty good position. Now you're taking it outside the leg. When that happens, watch the left leg go in front of the other leg because you took the ball outside your body. Okay? And so your leg has to now kind of come around, and see how it's kind of angled right here. Your upper body is you want to keep everything pretty much vertical when you're starting to lean there, and that's all because you took the ball outside your body here. So you got to pretend there's like a wall right here, and you do not go into the wall. You don't come into that wall, okay? You want to stay pretty much true to you're stepping right towards your target. You got to get that ball up higher. You look like you keep it in pretty good position. Now right here, if you take 2 steps, and you'll see NFL guys, they'll take a jab and then they'll take a step and punt. You're taking just 2 steps, and that's fine. You're taking a step there, and you'll take your last step here. But when you take this first step, once you complete this first, you gotta get that ball in your hand right here. And once you complete this step right here, this left hand comes off the ball. And then you're holding it with that right hand right here. So that left hand's off, should be off. And then you'll see you're starting to move that ball, and then right about here, your right hand's going to release it. So you're dropping it with 2 hands. And Beau, I know you might feel like it's comfortable. We talked again about this at the camp with you, but you need to drop it with 1 hand. So as soon as you take this step here, the left hand will be coming off. The left hand, it's almost off right there. You almost tried it. But take it off, and then as you're taking this step, your right hand will release it right there. Okay, but you just got to work on that timing, because you want to hold on to the ball with that right hand because it gives you more control. And we just got to get that ball up higher. Got to get it up much higher. And so you're kind of raising right here. You're raising it. See right here? You raise it. See it come up, and then you let it go. So when you're raising it up and simultaneously let it go, you're tossing it. So it's going to be hard to time up. And it's subtle. This is nitpicky stuff here I'm talking, but this is things I'm just going to get it clear to you so you can work on it. You want to release the ball, drop it, not toss it. See right here, you're coming up with it, and then you're letting it go, and so it's in the air, floating a little more before it starts to fall again. And it's hard to time up, but that's what you probably kind of done naturally because you're holding the ball too low. So your body's trying to make an adjustment since the ball's too low to trying to raise it up. And you're just going to hit the ball. You're hitting the ball too low. You're hitting it below. You want to hit the ball about where the support knee is. And it's a little harder to tell when you're head on, but you're hitting the ball a little low. You want to hit that ball at the height of where your support knee is. So where, like your support knee, it's easier to tell from the side. Okay? You've got a lot of power. Your foot looks like it's pretty good position here, but with the ball, you kind of catch right on the back end of it. So you're kind of catching it. Might even be a little too far down on your foot. Just it's almost too far out front. But the nose of the ball's down, and you're kind of hitting that back end. That's why you can see that back end pop up. See it right there. You've kind of caught that back end, and you want it. You're pretty close though. You want that foot to come right underneath that. There, that's what's going to cause a spiral. It's just you got to drop the ball. Your ball's kind of dropping like this. You want to drop it flat. Okay, really work on this now because but again, as that ball comes, catch it, position it, and get the ball up here. Get the ball higher. Okay, get a position. Again, you're like this, and we want you more like this with that upper arm. Get the hand up here. Get your arm up there. Get the arm parallel to the ground. And don't lean over so much. You're trying to hit the ball too low, and then you're losing all your power. And then as you take this step right here, as you complete the step, the left hand should come off right here. And then you take the right, you take your left foot, your left step, and as you're taking it, as you start right here, then your right hand comes off right there. Again, watch it right here. As you catch it, get it right over that leg. You kind of get the position pretty good. We just got to get the ball up. Okay, and once you get it, that's the position I'd rather see it right there. Your nose is down just a little. Get that ball level to the ground. That looks pretty good right there. Right there, everything's fine. You just take it now. You kind of move. See how now you straighten the ball out? You go from there, and then now you take the ball nose. You got it down lower, and then you're raising it up. So right here, position it. As you complete this step, the left hand's off. Take the left hand off. It's off. The ball stays exactly in this position right here. You got it, except you're going to have it level. And then as you complete this step right here, you start this, you're going to be releasing it with your right hand. You're trying to do it right here. You release it with the right hand. That's the timing there is pretty good. It's just that left hand should come off sooner. And then you want that ball to drop exactly the way you hold it. And you can also see where you got your foot kind of turned in. See how you're kind of coming in? That's because you kind of came outside the line there. You're doing some good thing. I know this was right at the very beginning. We talked. We went over the video at the camp. And we went over some drills. I know you improved, but you got to really work on that release and getting the level of the ball. This looks good here. So you got a nice pointed toe, but I'd rather see this leg instead of right like this. I want to see this leg come up, but more toward the center of your body. Nice plant right here. Looks like you're planting. See if you come up and forward. See how your plant foot is? You're coming off the ground. You need to have that plant foot come up and land more forward, right and forward. So it's going to be like from the side of your plant foot. Once you finish the punt, you'll come off the ground and you'll land slightly ahead. And you can see right here on your plant foot, you're going up and you're kind of going to the side there a little bit. So right here, have the plant come off the ground and maybe land right up here in front. It'll land just slightly ahead. That way you get all your power up into the football. Keep working at it, buddy. You got a great leg. We just got to allow that leg to do its work and hit that football and create that spiral and get a lot of power, hang time, and distance. Great job at the camp. Hey, Beau, I got a little extra for you here. I'm doing a comparison with the great punter, Ray Guy. So I'm going to compare you to the greatest punter ever. So right here, I try to freeze it up here right about, in a position I talked about on the previous video, where I want to get your body position, get yourself, you're leaning over a little too much, so I try to time it up about where Ray is and you are on this video. You can see the body position. Now look how his upper body, he's up a little more. He's got slight body lean. And this isn't really a direct head-on shot with Ray, but it's close. And then yours is right on line. So we got a line comparison right here. So right here, as Ray takes his steps, he's got the ball there. And Ray tended to have the ball a little higher than rib cage. But you can see how high he's got the ball. See, the ball's right over his leg. Ball's right over his leg. And he'll maintain that pretty good right here. But watch what he does right here. Look at that left hand comes off. So he's taking that step, right at that step, that left hand's off. And right as you get your step, you still got it on there. Okay, and look how low you are. Low you are with the ball. So you're way down low. You're like you're going to punt a line drive. So you got to get that ball up. So as he finishes, now he takes that left hand. See how the left hand just comes off? And then he's taking that last step. And as he's taking that last step right here, he's released it. His hand comes off right there. See it? His hand's coming off right here, right there. So this is what you got to really work on. You've got to get that, once you get this ball right here, in this position, that left hand comes off right here. So your left hand ought to be off right there. It ought to be off. And look how much higher the ball should be. See, he's got, the ball should be up in this area here, and you're clear down here. So I'd like to see that ball on you right in this area right here. And Ray's a tall man. He's 6'3", long legs. And you can kind of see about where he positions the football there. And watch how he does that. Left hand comes off as he completes that step. So your left hand ought to be off right here. It ought to be off right here. And as you take this step, this is what he's taking his step. He's holding on to the ball with the right hand, but he releases right here, right before he takes that last step. So at this last step, and you pretty much do that there. So your right hand's you're probably dropping it pretty good with the right hand. It's just your left hand's got to come off sooner. Left hand's off right here. Left hand's off. And then you're going to hold on, extend it out there, get the ball up higher, and let's watch how he finishes here. Look at the ball. And we'll zoom it in. Look how that ball stays in position when he drops it. Look at that. It's right there in that center mass. You can see him making that toe comes up. And that ball's already started to spiral. And watch how he finishes with his leg. So he comes up. So there's some similarities there. You're coming across your face a little bit too much. Now watch how his left foot comes off, the plant foot comes up and forward. Look at that come off here. He gets every bit of power in that ball. Then he lands facing his target. See right there at the very end right here, you go up here, then you kind of turn. Try to keep control there. Let that left arm keep you square up. See how his left arm, he keeps that left arm involved here. Look at that left arm, how it keeps him right there. Comes up, he comes up and finishes forward. So it's a real good video for you, buddy. Just kind of work on this. Work on that. Left hand comes off right here. Get the ball higher. Get up close to that rib cage. Let's work on that drop. Take advantage of this comparison. You get that leg up, but we just got to get that leg a little bit straighter right here. Instead over here, get it more right up in here. And then get this up and forward here with that plant foot. Again, great job at the camp. Study this video and have a great season.